Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to review the trailer for the 2012 movie called Mary of Nazareth. Yes, so this is also another retelling of the Jesus Christ story, too, or Jesus of Nazareth. So it's a story about Mary and it's a story about Jesus, but there are other characters in this film. Like, of course, it's Joseph, Mary's husband, Mary, and Jesus. They seem to be the principal focus characters in this film. And it does show the crucifixion and the resurrection part. So this film covers everything from the birth of Christ, the life of Christ, to the death of Christ, but as envisioned through Mary's eyes, Mary of Nazareth. I have never saw this whole movie completely, so I wanted to watch the trailer. I'm always out on the hunt for nice, astounding, biblical, epic films that characterized thousands of years ago in the past that way, because it intrigues me on how people lived, how they worshiped, how they civilized society and all that. And it seemed like factions were more warring back then than they are now. So, when a war pops up in this modernized era of warfare, you think, oh, snaps, it's a war. A lot of people going to be going at it. But back then, like, it was more wars and conflicts in order for people to establish their dominance as rulers. So wars were bloody and frequent then, maybe more so than now. So in this particular movie, around the time of Christ's birth and resurrection and death and complete history and story, including that of Mary's and everything about her, wars and conflicts were being fought at that time then. Rome had conquered much of the civilized known world. So Jerusalem wasn't free anymore. They had a king who was a Jewish king, but they answered to the Roman Empire because they controlled everything. So the king's title of the King of Jerusalem was a symbolic gesture at best. So the Romans allowed him to have that type of power. Then he heard about a prophecy of a savior, a true king, a new king of not just of Jerusalem, but of the rest of the world and universe, of course. So he sent out his soldiers to get rid of that potential problem that he thought would be a problem for him, of course. Okay, the movie is exciting. I mean, the trailer of the movie is exciting. I saw it, so I'm here to bring it to you now. Okay, ready or not, here it comes. All right, the movie is coming on. The trailer of the movie, that is. It's showing Mary. Everything seems to be motioning as of digital effects added to the skies and clouds, where it seems like things are alive more. Yes, it feels like the motioning itself has its own sentience and movements to it, and that where it is very much alive. So this film has great cinematography. Everything looks bright too. Like, it looks like the light is bright in these scenes, where it's like the wholesomeness and purity of the cause of the whole movement, to obviously establish a new order on earth with Christ being the king. So they filmed this movie. It seems like the light is intentional because it's not dim and dark and grim, but everything seems to be vibrant and light right now. It's jumping from scene to scene. They're showing the king of Jerusalem, or the governor or whoever, saying that, no, I am the king of Jerusalem, because people are talking about that prophecy that apparently has come true in terms of Mary giving birth to Christ and Christ fulfilling his destiny by doing the things that they said would happen in that such prophecy. All right, Joseph is with Mary. They're showing Jesus at different stages of his ages in this movie from scene to scene. Like they showed him as a little boy, they showed him as an infant, and then they showed him as a grown man. So they showed the transitional periods in Jesus's growth spurts during his life. All right, folks, I must say this trailer looks solid on. I got to give it an A plus indeed. But what about you? All right, folks, I'll see you next time.